Hi, welcome to another edition of Transcribing with the Music Transcriber. Today we'll be looking at a plugin called Create Custom Articulations. What it does is it allows you to create patterns of articulations in one fair swoop. It's pretty good for string lines especially, where the whole section is playing the same thing or multiple staves are supposed to have the same articulations, especially if the pattern repeats itself. So here I have a piece, it's actually a Gershwin arrangement, and the first 8 bars, the viola and the cello, are playing essentially the same figure, or I want to give them the same articulation pattern. So we're going to go to our plugins and go to Create Custom Articulations / Bowings, and a dialog pops up that allows you to do all of these things. Zoom in a little bit here for you. The first option is to create a legato bowing, just a simple slur over the whole passage for every staff in the passage. You can also add starting and finishing bowings to the legato. Alternating bowing, it essentially gives you the option to choose the starting bowing and then it alternates it for every successive note. A lore portato is essentially a long slur over it with tenuto markings. And once again, you can also add a directional bowing to the first and last notes. And the slurred staccato is a lot like the lore, but it's one long slur with staccato markings over each note. These presets are great, but the real power of this plugin is the option to create a custom marking. And here we get our matrix style input, and it allows an 8-step pattern, giving you options for most of the standard articulations. The pattern I want to do is I want tenuto staccato, and I'm doing 2-note patterns, so if I just repeat this over and over again. Additionally, I want to have a 2-note slur, so it slurs the tenuto to the staccato, so I can just either go here and choose what note my slurs start on and end on, or I can have the preset, which is not alternating, I'm sorry, 2-note slurs. And if you click this again, it toggles through them, 1 and 2, and then 2 and 3. So if you want starting on the first note or starting on the second note. And you can hit clear if you've made a mistake. So I want to go ahead with this. I'm going to hit OK. That's going to be my pattern. I want to strip existing markings because I know the pattern I want, so I don't want any bowings, articulation slurs. I don't want any hairpins, expression text, or technique text. But I do want to add some of that stuff. So I'm going to add a starting technique, and since this is the beginning of the piece, I'm going to add arco because they may have been coming from another movement where they were pizzicato. So I always find it to be safe to add a little bit of a cautionary for the strings at the beginning of movements. And then I can either add a normal dynamic, so maybe they should start at piano, and I could create a hairpin, which crescendo up, and we'll crescendo to fortissimo, why not? Click OK, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK one more time, and you see it adds the pattern, adds the slurs, and then it adds the crescendos and the expression text. So really quite a powerful tool for processing 2D passages or a passage where more than one player is playing the same thing, especially for string parts where there's a redundant pattern. You see how quick that was for me, even though I'm explaining it. So if you guys have any questions, suggestions about this plugin, or just want to buy it, you can go to the web store, which is http://www.musictranscriber.com/plugin store. There's a lot of great plugins, but this one's been a real time saver because instead of just adding them one by one, do it one fair swoop, and also if you were to utilize it just to add things like expression markings and crescendos, it's really going to save you a lot of time. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys again soon.